Greetings, Ani, Bonjour, Kwe, Tanzi, Scano. It's Catherine and Brian from Moonstarlodge, and we're here in South Central Georgian Bay area of Ontario, and we bring our Indigenous perspective on all things cartomancy. Welcome if you're new, and welcome back to the old timers. And I say that lovingly and with respect because I'm getting pretty old. Anyway, we're continuing with our land-based, not a lot of people cards. I've been working with them for a few weeks now. We're covering the period from August 4th to the 10th, which is right up to the day before and Jenny's birthday. There you go. And they will be 27. Time flies. All right, so we're using the Four Elements Tarot. Just make sure I've said that correctly. Sorry, I didn't say it right at all. Tarot of the Kingdoms is our principal tarot this week. So let's go to the cards, Brian. All right, so here's Tarot of the Kingdoms, and one each of the decks. If you didn't get to see last week's reading, I would strongly suggest that you especially read or watch that one. That reading, Spirit has affirmed, is very critically aligned with last week's. Again, not just because it's the same cards, but when we doused if we needed to have astrological aspects pulled, the Spirit said no, that this is part of the same timeline, which was from Virgo until Scorpio of this year. So this is just more information for that same process and that same goal. So this week we start with another king. Last week it was swords. This is the king of water or cups. And this king has great majesty. He's a keeper of intuition, of expanded emotions that aren't volatile. So there's emotional maturity. And all kings are outward looking, so they are looking to make sure that everybody is in a place of peace. He's got Neptune's trident. Anyway, it's wonderful. We've got this same kind of powerful beginning, and its clarifier is from the Wolf deck, which isn't truly a tarot. It's its own animal. We get balance. You may find it difficult to maintain emotional balance because someone or something in your life is creating obstacles. This harkens for a need for change and realignment. So one might think that would have been not the clarifier, that would have been the primary card, and that the king was going to step in to be the clarifier. But it's just a reminder, really, that we all have the strength and resources to notice where out of alignment is and actually direct some of our skills and quietude and assessment away from other people and the kingdom, so to speak, and make sure that we are aware of it and making the realignment as the card requests for. It's balance. So staying in balance is totally the theme of the week. The next card is the Fool, and the Fool is looking at the stars and the moon and looking across the landscape, assessing here. I have difficulty with Fool cards that just suggest that it's almost like the village idiot kind of metaphor here that's just going about its business, happy-go-lucky, and no matter what happens, happens. This is a thoughtful fool, and the fool is saying, I'm going no matter what, and I'm thinking about it. I'm having a sit down and think. And it's clarified here by a beautiful card called Oak. It's asking us to hold our ground, not be influenced by other people, to stay strong and well-rooted into our purpose, and to nourish ourselves. This oak trees, if not cut down prematurely, live to be very old. And it's often used as a marker of where ancient villages would be founded. If the land could support an oak tree, an ancient oak, the wisdom and the development of the community would be blessed. So this oak is blessing the new journey that we're taking. We're all doing this. Of course, this is collective. Or most of us are anyway. And we jump from the king over the fool to the king of earth, or the king of pentacles. So legacy, future graces, seeing the bigger picture in this material life that we have in this third dimension. So making sure that there's a balance in the resources, that we have, equally good amounts of time and wealth and food and prosperity, and sharing and looking after. This is the legacy that we are leaving. And it's clarified by a card that asks us to be reborn daily. Let go of the past, and breathe in your new incarnation. That's what the Fool is doing. The Fool knows that the cycle, in fact, we had the World card last week. The World card is the end of the 22 major cycle, and the Fool card is the beginning. So we are on a new journey. Some of the stage was set last week. This is more information. To feel reborn daily gives us this opportunity to manifest in a glorious way. We get the 9 of Earth. And this is acknowledging that we do have plenty, that we do have everything that we need, and really there's nothing wanting. It's clarified by the meadow. This card is about gratitude, and this card is about taking some time to rest and really take ownership of a peaceful place. We've been working very hard to get to this point, so it's making sure we take the time to keep ourselves in physical and emotional and intellectual and spiritual peace. We move to the 3 of Fire, or the 3 of Wands. So we're almost at this place where the journey is nearly ending. It's a short journey, and as we get to that point, we are given the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups brings love. Love about everything that we've experienced on the journey. The Knight of Cups can represent an actual person who's a bit of a Lothario, kind of, love them and leave them type. But in this instance, I get the sense that the higher calling of the Knight is to bring quickly, speedily, the kind of intuition that we need to help our journey get closer to the end, and to love all the processes that have been part of it. It's seldom our reality in the earthly walk to love all parts of the journey. Sometimes we feel like it's suffering that helps us to understand and be patient and be grateful. But that's not the King's calling card, or the Knight's calling card. The Knight of Cups is about loving all the parts because they are lovable. So he's taking it to a higher place, ramping it up a notch. This is an interesting card. I asked if this was meant to be in the reading for sure, and it is. It's the Four of Cups, or Four of Water. And it denotes that there's an opportunity going to be presented to most of us, or all of us, out of left field, unexpectedly, and we are to stay observant. This isn't about a kind of a melancholy, closed off, depressed, meditative thing. This is about resting and being observant, doing the meditation in a positive way to get clarification on what's being presented from left field, out of the blue. So the clarifier for this Four of Cups is the Hermit. The Hermit is wise and old and looks down at every step being taken. The Hermit is looking down on this young lass here and offering the ways of a wisdom walk, and that's important. So being wise, being as if we've got a lot of years under our belt, that's what the Hermit brings to. The Hermit's always seeking wisdom. So instead of sitting here and thinking, ho-hum, I'm bored, it's time to look at that offer coming from left field and sit there and use this time well to figure out how you're going to proceed from this point. The final card is the Knight of Swords. Another knight. Wow. Okay. So the Knight of Swords is again bringing energy, the energies of messages and a lot of quick movement, answering calls, looking very quickly at the information around the education, science, the thoughtfulness, the philosophy of what's happening. But the direction is facing that way. So it's definitely moving forward. And the Knight is bringing us the wonderful skill that they have in analysis. This could represent analysis paralysis, but this is definitely the knightly upgrade. It's definitely an upgrade. And it's clarified by the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is clarifying the Knight of Swords. Wow, you can't make this stuff up. Anyway, our good knight is reminding us that it is what it is, and we need to just go for it. Go for it and think on our feet and be wise. Periodically, we need to take a break and rest, but to use our rest time wisely, as the Hermit would. Okay, Brian, you can flip the camera. So, a little more information to add to last week's reading. Very interesting process. Definitely a fall reading. I would have to say this is clearly in the timeline from Virgo to Scorpio. This is a biggie. And it's nice. It's nice when they don't give us like 18 months on a journey. It's very hard to track something like that. This is only 4 months. I appreciate, we both appreciate that you've followed along with us, and pretty soon we'll be seeing this new parapsychology channel. Well, it's the same channel, but series within our channel. And I thank you for sending the coffee. I thank you for your kind words, for leaving comments on the video, for giving us a thumbs up. We look forward to having some excitement. And Jenny will get her disgusting birthday cake, and you'll see pictures of it in the next week, because this is right up to the day before. You'll see those pictures. Just look out for them. Anyway, from Brian and I, Miigwech, Yahweh, Aho, and peace.